Hello and welcome to TSG Foundation's Wisdom of the Zodiac. Today's lesson and meditation is taken from Wisdom of the Zodiac Volume 2 by Torkom Saraydarian, Chapter 39 titled Virgo, the Holy Spirit. This is so beautiful to think of Virgo and the Holy Spirit, and what is that spirit? What does that mean? Let's look on page 449 for a brief definition of what Holy Spirit or psychic energy means. Look at the bottom paragraph. Psychic energy essentially is the primordial ray, the everlasting light, okay, the light that creates our universe, that permeates our solar system and every single form in it. So every single form in our universe, in our solar system, has light in it. Our bodies have light in it. Our thoughts have light in it. Our emotions have light. Our soul is full of light. So think of that human nature that you are, that is full of light, that ray. Psychic energy is the Holy Spirit, okay? The wisdom, the intelligence principle in the universe. This is important to meditate and focus on, and you will see as we proceed with this chapter how important it is to keep that in your mind, that if we link with that primordial ray, that mother ray that creates us, that everything in our life will be full of light. And what does that light mean? It means many things. For me, it means truth. It means nurture. It means to love. It means to bring out the truthfulness, the wisdom that's hidden in our life. And that's so important. And Virgo, the keynote of Virgo, look on page 449, middle of the paragraph, is to shield, to nurture, and finally, to reveal the hidden spiritual reality. Okay, so think about those three words: shield, nurture, and reveal. And if you're going to do the meditation, the 5-day meditation, 2 days before the full moon, 2 days after the full moon, the day of the full moon, think of these three keynotes. How are you going to shield, nurture, and reveal your inner divinity? The inner divinity in your spouse, your children, your grandchildren, the inner divinity of your work. There is divinity in the work that you have, in your responsibilities, in the way that you see other people. How is your relationship going to change to everything around you in a way that reveals and shields and nurtures that inner divinity? I love this keynote. I think it is really, really important. And you know, if we do this work month after month, year after year, our life will change. I have seen it in my life. I have seen it in the life of my co-workers. Their life changes. Our life changes when we focus on these great principles that inform our life. And we radiate that everywhere, just like we did the last full moon before that. Every meditation, we radiate that inner wisdom and beauty. Okay, let's move to page 450 and see what are the gifts of the Holy Spirit. There are 7 gifts given for the Holy Spirit. You can use each one of these as a seed thought. Choose all 7 if you like. There's nothing to prevent you from celebrating or observing the full moon for 7 days. It is suggested the 7 days are used for the 3 major full moons, 5 days for all the other full moons, starting from the last 2 months. For example, we did Cancer and we did Leo, and now we have Virgo. From here on, you can do 5 days, but there's nothing to prevent you from doing 7 days, or choose 5 that you like. Let's look at each one very briefly. Holy Spirit has 7 gifts for every spark of life. Every spark of life. It's really beautiful. First, it purifies and heals. So think about psychic energy. Holy Spirit purifies and heals. So how does it do that? Meditate on that. For me, if I link with the divine quality in me and in others, it will help me purify. It will make me make decisions quickly. Is this a pure decision or an impure decision? Is this going to heal me or not heal me? It could be as simple as the food that you eat, the water that you drink or the fluids that you drink, the thoughts that you have, the emotions that you have, your spiritual aspirations that you have. Are they purifying and healing or not? If we are linking with that divine nature, the psychic energy, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Mother in us, then we will do everything based on purifying and healing. Okay, let's go to the next one. Unifies and synthesizes. The Mother Nature is the focus of Virgo, the Mother Nature that heals and integrates us. So this one unifies and synthesizes. When we link into that divine energy, it will stop us from being arrogant, gossipy, hateful, full of anger and animosity toward other people. It will change that. Why do we have to do that? God doesn't do that. Great ones don't do that. Christ doesn't do that. Buddha doesn't do that. So let's think of how, when we link to that mother energy, we will feel unified and synthesized because there's no separation in the universal thoughts. Okay, let's go to the third one. The Holy Spirit or psychic energy illuminates and develops the sense that sees or observes and thereby expands the consciousness. It makes you an awakened person. If you are always checking in with yourself and saying, what would the Holy Spirit in me say? Then your observations are going to be different. You are going to observe the reality and the truth and not pretend. Look how important this is. We don't say this person meant this, that person meant that. We will be clear, simple, direct, and beautiful. This is very, very important because our interpretation of what happens to life, in life, our conclusions, our decisions are based on how clearly we observe. So if we have this spirit in us, we will have clear observation and be awake when we observe. Very nice. Number 4. This is on page 452. Holy Spirit or psychic energy brings wisdom to you. I like this. As you are more Holy Spirit, you have more wisdom. So this is really beautiful. Let me read that paragraph for you on page 452. There are 3 kinds of wisdom. Wisdom that is given by higher realms through the Holy Spirit. It's that wisdom that comes to you. You say, wow, I got that insight. It is beautiful and I'm going to act on that. The second one, wisdom is a synthesis of your intelligence, intuition, and experience. It is the stuff that you have experienced in your life, that you have developed in your life, that brings wisdom. You observe, you come to the right conclusions, you use the right data to make that conclusion and decision. And the third one is worldly wisdom, that is the knowledge of how to manipulate and exploit people. Okay, this could be called intelligence, information, but all of it is based on how to maneuver people. So look at these 3 kinds of wisdom and decide which one you are going to use. The one from the higher realms, from the ones that you develop from inside of you, and it cooperates and does not contradict the wisdom of the higher worlds. Okay? Number 5, psychic energy, Holy Spirit brings you joy and bliss. The joy and bliss idea is really easy to say, difficult to do. We have a 6-part, 12-part, and an 18-part coursework on joy and bringing joy in your life. And every year when we started, a year and a half when we start the 18-part, that's the one that I love the most because it really grinds you and makes you bring out the true joy that is your heritage, your divine heritage. So this psychic energy, when you're linked with it, your joy will always be there. Now, having joy and bliss doesn't mean you never feel sad or you're never upset. But what it means is your joy about life, your faith and hope in the future, in your ability and life itself to give you opportunities never goes away. That is what's important. So look at page 453. This is so pertinent for us now and probably for many, many lifetimes. When leaders become arrogant, full of grief and hate, full of complaints and depression, this is a sign that the Holy Spirit is leaving them. A true leader works with joy, suffers and sacrifices with joy, and dies with joy because the Holy Spirit abides in him or her. So look at that. It's really beautiful. When a leader is a parent, a boss, an organization's leader and coordinator. We are leaders of our bodies. So every one of us is a leader in our own way. So when you are a leader of your bodies, don't be full of grief and hate, full of complaints and depression, but bring that Holy Spirit in you. and be full of joy and bliss, and use that to come to the right decisions in your life. I love that. If we just stop with that one, that's enough and plenty for us. But let's do 2 more. Number 6, Holy Spirit of Psychic Energy makes you free. I love this one too. Freedom is such an important part of our life. Imagine how people die and work and live and sacrifice so much in order to have freedom for their life, their children, their grandchildren, for others that they may not know. This idea of freedom is so important. What is the freedom that the Holy Spirit gives us? Free from self-made limitations. Oh wow, self-made limitations. How many times do we limit ourselves based on what somebody told us we needed to do? That past ideas of our ancestors, of our parents, of our teachers, really put so much limitation on us. So look at this, free from fear, self-made limitations, stupidity, okay, prejudices, illusions, glamours, ego, vanity, you become free. Imagine if you are not feeling free right now, look at all of these items and see which one is coloring your life and making you a slave to them. We don't want to be slaves to ugliness, to limitations. We want to be free from them. And we do that by linking to that Holy Spirit, that psychic energy. Number 7, page 454, Holy Spirit or psychic energy gives you power. This is so beautiful. There's a book that we have, a commentary on psychic energy by Torkom Saraydarian. I love that book. I would recommend that you read it if you really want more information on what is psychic energy. It is beautiful. It gives you power to your personality. It gives you power over matter. It gives you power over your emotions. It gives you power over fear, over grief, over ugliness, over innuendo, and wrong reporting from people. It gives you power over that, and it makes you really a symbol of that beautiful symbol of Virgo, the Holy Spirit. It is so beautiful. Look at this paragraph on page 454 in the middle of the page. You also have power when you forgive, because those old memories of what I want to do because you did this to me and so on take your energy away. You have no power when you're constantly fighting inside of you, whether you're physically fighting, emotionally battling, or mentally constantly slapping people in the face with your thoughts. You lose your power. As soon as you have that psychic energy in you, the Holy Spirit, you gain power because you forgive. You let it go. When you stand on your principles, you have power. Your principles give you power. When you are able to suffer but not deny human rights. How beautiful is that for a leader, that you suffer, but you do not deny other people their human rights. I love this beautiful chapter, and I suggest you read it very carefully and see how you are going to free yourself using this Holy Spirit, that contact of the divinity in you. Let's go to page 455 and let me read that top paragraph for you. Each real disciple of the Holy Ones, a real disciple of the Holy Ones is a man or a woman who lives by the principles of universal values that the Holy Ones of all religions have given us. Okay, he becomes or she becomes a fiery being who burns with the Holy Spirit with enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, joy, bliss, positive accomplishments in life are just a wonderful part of that fire. Holy Spirit is not related to the spirits or entities of mediums, psychics, and channels. That's not what the Holy Spirit is. Holy Spirit does not channel. It becomes one with you. That holiness informs you, and you know instantly when something is real or unreal, and you have the confidence and the simplicity to state that. Say, this is real. This is real, and I have total confidence in it. You become Holy Spirit. You become wisdom, light, and power. It fuses with your soul, and it becomes you. That is what's so important. We don't need others to tell us what the truth is. We can find out if we have that clarity and the beauty of the Holy Spirit in us. Let's go then to this beautiful meditation. I will guide us. It is lengthy, but really worth doing. If you stay with me, I'll walk you through it. Okay? So this meditation can be in contact with the mother, which means in contact with all that has been discussed in this chapter. It is on pages 455 to 457. We will say mantras, we will do visualizations. You're going to love it. So close your eyes and sit up straight. Put a nice smile on your face and relax for a minute and focus your mind and forget everything else before we start with the great invocation. Deep breath and exhale. Nice. Let me see that smile on your face. And relax. And one more time. Breathe and relax. Start with the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. We will say 3 Ohms. The first one, we will visualize a blue light. You are radiating blue light. Take a deep breath. Second Om, we will radiate yellow light. Take a deep breath. Third Om, we will radiate ruby red light. Take a deep breath, and as you say Om, radiate ruby red light. Now visualize a blue light that is at the middle of your head, radiating out and purifying your mind, emotions, and body. Let light descend on earth. Take a minute to visualize that blue light in the middle of your head, radiating out and purifying your mind, your emotions, and your body, physical body. Think for a few minutes about one of the gifts of the Holy Spirit. Which one do you remember? And think how you can put that into your daily life. The Holy Spirit, what does it do? Remember some of the items that we discussed. Maybe it's healing, maybe it's joy. Think of one of them and how you would bring that into your life. Consider the Holy Mother giving you a light, the wisdom, the Holy Spirit of joy when you are feeling sad, when you are grieving, when you feel lost. Link with that joy and bring it into your life. Make it simple. Keep your life simple with that beautiful joy energy. Think how joyful children are with the simplest things. They are linked to that psychic energy of the Holy Mother. Bring that inside of you. And hold that light as we say the following mantra. Repeat after me. May the light of the Holy Spirit fill my soul. And radiate out through my thoughts, through my words, and through my actions, so that I walk and live in the light. May the divine light never leave me, but charge me day after day, so that I live in this world as a son or daughter of light. Now hold that light inside of you, and with 3 ohms, radiate it out. Let it nurture. Let it heal. Let it shield and protect the divinity of everyone around you. Thank you for being with me. May the Holy Spirit, the psychic energy of the universe, surround everything that you do. Surround your life, your family. May you be blessed with it. And remember, as you are blessed, to bless others with your own energy, with your own beauty that you receive from the earth, from the planet, from the sun, from everything around you. May you be blessed. Thank you for being with me. I hope you enjoy these presentations. And I hope you have your own copy of this beautiful set of Wisdom of the Zodiac. And thank you for being with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.